biggest thing for us is obviously since the pandemic, staffing issues. It was next to impossible to get someone reliable in here to get the job done, or that wanted to take the initiative to learn the job, do the job, and that was just like super massive. We have our set people, and we always have a backup person. So the backup person is in there always working every single day with everybody else, so they're just as current with current events that's going on within the company. So anytime anyone's on vacation, that backup person steps right in and doesn't skip a beat. Partnering with OnQ, it's kind of like they have the same values, same cores as Dexios, and they had the staff to step in and really, get the job done. We first started off with partnering with OnQ for call center representatives, and that has just been absolutely successful. It was a nice break to be able to add more people, so it wasn't the same like 4 people getting hit with the nuances and angry patients, like dealing with patients, it's quite complicated sometimes. So having those additional people in and coming in that had the same values and cores as Dexios, to step in and, help with the burden has just been tremendous. We are also using them for our accounts receivable, basically our denial management, and we just recently expanded to credit balances. The current team that I'm working with, we touch base every day. We have weekly meetings set up. The communication is 100%. If there's something that I don't understand, like what's being asked or what's being requested, just that, the mumble jumble that can be confused in email communications, they're more than willing to jump on a call just to have this verbal conversation to get clear, communication on what's expected and what's being requested. We jump on video chats all the time, and we see each other face to face via video, and just to help that connection. It's just like I am working with a girlfriend that I've been best friends with for, 10, 15 plus years. Is just we mesh well, very easy to talk to, open to suggestions. They also give us suggestions on what we could possibly do better. Just working together, the open-mindedness of different ideas and trial and erroring what works and doesn't work. It just meshes really well. The communication is probably one of the things that everyone complains about, but I really haven't had any issues on a communication level with anyone at OnQ that I've worked with. It's mandatory for OnQ employees to be on camera. We don't have that policy here, but since working with OnQ, we have also implemented that. What they've implemented, we've also implemented to help bridge that gap between all teams. Like OnQ has mastered the communication just on even like bedside manners is huge with OnQ. So just the ease of talking with OnQ is great. I think morale has been huge. I feel like morale was, at post-pandemic, I feel like morale was touch and go for a little bit because we were short-staffed. But, having, OnQ right next to us, being able to provide the staffing and staffing that stays around for some time, invest in those people. Our staff at Dexios, like the morale has gone up tremendously because, we're not overworked. We're not, trying to put out the next fire. So I think for me, the biggest one that I can speak to is morale. On the compliance aspect alone, just the documentation that is sent back and forth to make sure that we are compliant when sharing our, our data and for auditing purposes and the whole line. Like every aspect is covered. We get weekly QSA course. So it's like a very open book on their agents that they have, audited on a compliance level. If they've met their production, we get those updates every week. So it's just like we can also take that time out of our books to audit OnQ agents, but like the open book and just the clarity that we get out of these Q&A scores is just like there's nothing hiding. It's, we can look at it, we can go and do it, but just having that secured feeling, knowing that they are also monitoring their agents to make sure that they're also providing the best service that they possibly can without us having to approach it. They've been nothing but on top of the game too, to make sure that we're not missing anything, the proper documentation is being sent, signed, and everything is covered on a regular day basis. It's been a pleasure working with OnQ, 10 out of 10. And I'm looking forward to, the next adventure with OnQ. The future is bright between Dexios and OnQ. I would say go for it.